Joel, I want to ask you a question because you basically are like or am. I'm a lifer, which simply means born in the church, raised in the church. But that doesn't necessarily mean that being born in the church and raised in the church, that everything sort of falls into place, line upon line, et cetera, et cetera. Though I'm very thankful that all of my kids didn't rebel in some crazy way. But, you know, growth in Christ isn't always easy. But when it comes to the view of God, our subject tonight, ever struggled with how you thought of the Father, the Son, or the Spirit?
Well, personally, I struggled with seeing God as a father. For some reason, because, I mean, growing up, you were an amazing father. And so I always had my personal beliefs based on if I was behaving well, then God loved me. And if I wasn't behaving well, then I felt like God hated me. And like I felt like if I was sinning, then I would like kick myself around in the muck and be all sad and depressed. And then after a few days of feeling guilty for myself, then God would, you know, forgive me and love me again. And then if I wasn't sinning, then I felt like, okay, God's good again and everything like that.
Okay, so in other words, the idea is when you were doing okay, doing good, living right, God was okay.
Yeah.
But if you did something that was wrong, immediately the perception was God's this, I guess, judge or ogre, he's gonna beat you up.
Yeah, I just felt like he hated me basically. Like I wasn't loved, I wasn't his son, I lost my placing in his arms, I guess you could say.
Okay, now, I mean, let me ask you this question, and Jeff will get you in a second. You know, you thought God didn't love you. Now, you may not have an answer to this, but why would you think God wouldn't love you? What was the reason? What was the trigger?
I just thought because it was all about my behavior. It was all about behavior modification, where I felt like if I was doing the good Christian things, wasn't like swearing, wasn't smoking, wasn't drinking, all that kind of stuff, then I was good. And then if I made a mistake and I wasn't perfect, then God was upset, God was mad, God didn't love me, God was angry, and I just had that, and I really don't know why.
Yeah.
But it's how it was for years.
Okay. Well, we're going to talk about how that changed in a few moments, but.